Welcome back to the Cossy channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that RB Leipzig will be selling Benjamin Sesko 100% this summer. The deal is going to happen, and Fabrizio says that at the moment, Arsenal are the team that have done a lot of work on this deal, and it is more likely he will join Arsenal than not. But Fabrizio has also said a race for the player is actually on, as is one of the players that is really wanted on the market, one of the most sought after players and strikers in the transfer market this summer. So in this video, we're going to be diving into all the clubs interested in Benjamin Sesko, starting with Arsenal. What is the race looking like? Can Arsenal win the race? What are the other clubs interested? How much are they willing to spend on Benjamin Sesko? And most importantly, what is so unique about Benjamin Sesko that Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal are both vying for the signature of a 21-year-old who has not even scored 30 goals before in a single league campaign? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. The race for Benjamin Sesko explained, and it is on. It is really on. I'm so surprised that I thought we would have a big race on Victor Gyökeres. I thought United, Liverpool would be pushing hard to sign Victor Gyökeres. There is a race for Victor Gyökeres. I'll explain that in my next video. But there is a bigger race for Benjamin Sesko than for Victor Gyökeres, and I'm so perplexed with this. I'm so perplexed by this. I thought Gyökeres was the better player, was the better deal. Turns out all clubs want to sign Benjamin Sesko before they can turn to Victor Gyökeres. So let's start off with Manchester United, because United, according to more credible sources, The Telegraph, The Athletic, and Fabrizio Romano, are very much interested in signing Benjamin Sesko. Now, I want to remind you that Manchester United actually wanted to sign Benjamin Sesko before he went to RB Leipzig, right? While he was still at Red Bull Salzburg, they actually wanted to sign him then, but then a deal didn't happen. He went to RB Salzburg, I think, for 2 years or 3 years, and now he's a player that has grown into such a striker. But Manchester United this summer are very, very keen on signing Benjamin Sesko. The first thing is one of their executives, that is Christian Vivo, is the man that discovered Benjamin Sesko way back at RB Salzburg. In Austria. So he wants him, and is the man behind this deal. Is propelling Manchester United, is pushing Manchester United for them to go for the Benjamin Sesko deal. Now, if you look at Manchester United right about now, they don't have UEFA Champions League, and they do not have UEFA Europa League. For me, they are the most they would be the least attractive option if Benjamin Sesko was going to choose between Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester United. United would be the least attractive option. They don't have UCL football. They don't have even UEFA Europa League. But we know that doesn't stop a player from signing for a club. We know that Thomas Partey signed for Arsenal, even if Arsenal didn't have UEFA Champions League qualification. We didn't have. And Partey still signed for us, and the rest is history. So, although Manchester United don't have the UCL, they've already landed Matheus Cunha, and they're rebuilding under Ruben Amorim. So there's a very, very big possibility they can get any signing they want as long as they can convince him. Now, the question with Manchester United is about affordability. Can they afford the Benjamin Sesko deal? We talked about them on the Victor Gyökeres deal. They were very much interested in signing Victor Gyökeres because Gyökeres had worked with Ruben Amorim at Sporting. So they were feeling that connection, and they were like, if you can convince Gyökeres to join us this summer, we shall give you the funds to go and buy the player. But there was a condition: if Manchester United had gotten to qualify for the UEFA Champions League. Now, they lost the final. They didn't qualify for the UEFA Champions League, and that means that right at the moment, Manchester United might not be able to afford Benjamin Sesko unless they sell. So they're looking to sell Garnacho. I'm hearing that it's about 40 million. They're looking to sell Rashford and a couple of other players. What I would say here is that there is a possibility of Manchester United affording Benjamin Sesko, but sales are going to be very key. And for me, by the time they sell Garnacho, and by the time they sell Marcus Rashford, and by the time they sell all these players they want to sell, Arsenal should be able to close the deal and announce the player by that time. So Benjamin Sesko to Manchester United. I'm not saying it's entirely impossible, but I kind of feel like, for me, no, right? I kind of feel like Arsenal would just be lazy if Manchester United did this deal against us. The other thing that I want to tell you about is Manchester United are playing this kind of transitional football. If you've looked at them under Ruben Amorim, they really don't care much about possession and having the ball and having to caress the ball a lot of the time. They really care more about transitions, like those quick bursts of pace. Benjamin Sesko would be an excellent player. He's got the pace, he's got the running ability. Maybe the problem with him is the finishing. His finishing is still very, very raw. But I think United are targeting Benjamin Sesko for a very, very good reason. If you think about Gyökeres and how he was operating for Sporting under Ruben Amorim, Sesko would absolutely give them that. Then the next team is Liverpool, and Arsenal have got to be very wary of Liverpool, because Liverpool, for me, they are the biggest threat to this deal. If Mikel Arteta really wants Sesko, Liverpool are the biggest threat to this deal happening. And number one, Liverpool are already working on a very, very big summer, and they're working on a very big budget. Leave alone the Liverpool we are used to, where we are like, Jurgen Klopp has challenged Manchester City without spending a lot of money. This is a different Liverpool. They are trying to sign Milos Kerkez for about 35 million. Then they have signed Jeremy Frimpong for 35 million. That is 70 million. And then they're trying to pour 130 million on Florian Wirtz. And they want to sign a centre-back, and they want to sign a centre-forward as well. So that shows you that Liverpool really have the money. And when it comes to, in terms of the budget, Arsenal have got to be very, very wary about the Reds. Now, of course, they are rebuilding, and they are looking to target younger players that can fit into Arne Slot's system, that can fit into the picture of what Liverpool are trying to do. And that's why you're seeing all these players that are coming in are still very, very young players. Do they need a striker? They do. And I think Benjamin Sesko can easily get attracted to Liverpool. Unlike Manchester United, Liverpool are in the UEFA Champions League. They've got the capacity to win it under a very good manager, and they're also champions of the Premier League. I'm not saying Arsenal are not attractive simply because we have not won anything, but a team that wins and a team that always gets a title every season or every 2 seasons is more attractive than a 6-year project that doesn't have any titles to show for it, that doesn't have any success to show for it. So I would be very, very wary of this Liverpool side, because we know Liverpool, they want to make their deals quickly in the summer. I mean, they're trying to sign 3 players before, before the first 10 days of the window. If they get Kerkez and they get Wirtz, they've literally bolstered their team. They can end there and go and put up a very good title challenge and title defense next season. Now, of course, when it comes to Liverpool as well, despite the fact that they've got deep pockets this summer, they're going to have to, this still will have to depend on 2 outgoings. Diaz or Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez has been told to leave the club this summer, so I suppose he will be leaving. I don't know. I think he will be leaving. Diaz, on the other hand, I don't know. Barca want him. Saudi Arabia have made him a priority. If they sell Diaz and they sell Darwin Núñez, and both of those players go to Saudi Arabia, they're going to have an enormous amount of cash. Good thing, they're looking at other strikers, Gyökeres. They're also looking at Hugo Ekitike, who is also one of their top priorities. But Benjamin Sesko is being looked at. If Liverpool become very serious about this deal, it's going to be blows. We're going to have to toss blows with them in order to take the player. First and foremost, if you're Benjamin Sesko and his camp, you've got to look at these 2 clubs. Who plays the style of football that suits your player? Is it Liverpool or is it Arsenal? It's Liverpool. They play transitional football. They play quick attack, counter-attacking football, and they really use pace and runs in behind. And that is what Benjamin Sesko is really good at. And I think that is what Arsenal are trying to build with the signings that we are hearing. Nico Williams, Benjamin Sesko, maybe Mikel Arteta is trying to create another section in this Arsenal team where you don't have to rely on the comfort of having the ball and the security of having the ball that players like Mikel Merino give you and Kai Havertz gives you and Thomas Partey gives you. He's trying to create players that take more risks, and he's trying to create a side of the team that would be transitional. Zubimendi, Sesko, and maybe Nico Williams, right? But Liverpool at the moment, think about the goals they're scoring, think about the role of Mo Salah, and think about the would-be role of this guy. I am scared. If Liverpool want a player who plays in a transition, they can pay him the wages, they can give him UEFA Champions League football, they can promise him titles. Arsenal have got to work quickly. And then the third team is Chelsea. Now with Chelsea, they badly need a number 9. And we know that Chelsea always are intentional with their summers and with their transfer windows, especially under Todd Boehly and the previous ownership of Roman Abramovich. They can afford him because they're not going to have a lot to do this summer. They've spent over $1 billion in the previous 2 or 3 summers. So this summer, they should be all right. Now, they brought in Liam Delap, but I don't think he's going to be their top priority. We are being told that Chelsea are mainly looking at Hugo Ekitike, right? They're mainly looking at Hugo Ekitike, not Benjamin Sesko. But they're also part of the team that would like to sign Benjamin Sesko. Why I think he wants to go to Chelsea is 1 or 2 reasons. One, I think it's going to be a battle of priorities. The team that will sign Benjamin Sesko will have him as a priority. Chelsea do not have him as a priority. That's number 1. They're in the Champions League. Under Enzo Maresca, they don't play a deep possession kind of game. But they also have, they have the elements of transition. I would say Chelsea are a better transition team than Arsenal right now. So again, if Chelsea was serious about him, give him the wages, they're in the UCL, show them the project, because Chelsea have got the project, honestly. I mean, a few people really underrate this Chelsea project, but with Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, and Caicedo in that midfield, that is a midfield that could win anything. And so with a midfield that can go for years, 5 years, 6 years. And then the attack, they need a striker. Obviously, Nicholas Jackson and Nkunku are not doing it. But they've got Noni Madueke. They've got Pedro now, Pedro Neto. They've got Jordan Sancho if he stays. They've got a very, very good team. And people should be wary and very, very concerned about this Chelsea team. But I don't think Chelsea take him away. I think Chelsea, after signing Delap, they're going to hold up a little bit. They're going to try to watch the market. And I have a feeling I have a feeling Chelsea might sign Gyökeres. I have a feeling they might sign Gyökeres, or they might sign Hugo Ekitike. They will battle it out for Hugo Ekitike with Liverpool. And of course, the fourth team is Arsenal. We've done a lot of groundwork on this deal. It's 1 year ever since Arsenal started working on this deal. 1 fucking year. You just don't throw that away. You don't throw that away by letting another club come in and do the deal. So I think Arsenal will do this deal, but it's worth noting that we are not the only club there, and all the strikers that we actually want, they have company. Gyökeres has company, Chelsea is there, Napoli are there, Juventus are there. We'll discuss those options obviously in the next video. And then of course, Sesko, like I said, there is a line of clubs interested. But why I'm confident Arsenal will get this deal done, there are 4 reasons. Number 1, the player's already given the Arsenal green light, and he's already sold onto this Arsenal project. It's very important. The tactic that Mikel Arteta is using is, can I get my players, can I get my targets to agree deals a little bit earlier as compared to as compared to other teams. Okay, you look at the Martin Zubimendi deal, you look at the Benjamin Sesko deal, and a couple of others. So Mikel wants to go in early, sign a player, agree a deal, and then absolutely move on. That's reason number one. Reason number two, why I think Arsenal will get this deal done, I think we have the money. We have the money. You know, at times it takes Arsenal a lot of time when it comes to working finances because, you know, we want to save a lot. This time, I think Arsenal absolutely have the money. Number three, he's a priority for Mikel Arteta. And we know if Mikel Arteta wants him, Arsenal gets him. And finally, why Arsenal will get this deal done is the pressure. It's the pressure from the fans. It's the pressure from the media. It's the pressure from high, above, in and also in the middle. Arsenal need a number 9. Arsenal need a number 9. And if he's the one that Mikel Arteta wants, with all this pressure, a deal will be finalized. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. We'll be discussing the rest for Victor Gyökeres as we wait for some of the big updates that we should be getting